This is Covenant Keepers, a podcast ministry of Covenant Church in St. Cloud, Florida. Our desire is to spread a passion for the joy of the gospel from St. Cloud to the ends of the earth as we treasure Christ, trust His word, and proclaim His truth. And now, here is your host, Shannon Melvin, church planter of Covenant Church in St. Cloud, Florida.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to this episode of Covenant Keepers, where we continue our journey discussing the topic of church planting in St. Cloud, Florida. Well, over the last few months, we've been working hard to continue to move our project forward, and I wanted to take a moment today to do another video and share with everyone where we currently stand in our process of envisioning Covenant Church St. Cloud here in St. Cloud, Florida. I really do hope that these episodes are being helpful to you. If you're a church planter, that you're able to use some of the things that we're doing to benefit you. We don't have all the answers, and we for sure have made some mistakes, but we really believe that working together with other churches and other organizations and supporting each other and creating videos like this and sharing content is a helpful way of really supporting church planting work that's being done all around the country. And so I just pray that these episodes would be beneficial to you. If you live in St. Cloud and you are a resident here, we really pray that you would consider coming and being a part of what we're doing. We'd love to have you at our group that meets each week on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. And we're going to talk later about how we've begun moving towards some Sunday morning worship services as well. As many of you know, over a year ago, we began to pray and envision the possibility of a new church here in St. Cloud. And that vision began to be captured by others. And we were able to partner with the First Baptist Church of Melbourne, who is now our sponsoring and sending church, as well as Send Network through the Southern Baptist Convention. And we're excited that we now have these partnerships solidly in place, and that together we have locked arms, and that we're all moving forward in envisioning what will become Covenant Church St. Cloud. Back last year in August, we began meeting as a small group on Sunday nights, and that was really the moment where we began to move towards officially calling ourselves a church planting project. And since then, we've been meeting regularly with a group of folks here in St. Cloud where we pray together, study the Bible together, and then once a month have a dinner and talk about what church planting might be and how you do this thing called church planting. So it's more of an education time of teaching and learning and casting the vision. And I really recommend, if you're a church planter, that you establish a rhythm very early on in your process of casting a vision that's crystal clear with your people, that really brings them in to what you're trying to do and demonstrates trust and care for them and love for them and value for their input. Don't be afraid to get input from people, and I would encourage you to never be a lone ranger in church planting. Trust your people. They want to help you. We've got a wonderful group of people that are loving and caring. Although some of them might be a little nervous about what it even means to church plant, they have continued to demonstrate that they are faithfully committed to seeing the gospel proclaimed here in our community. And so I would encourage you to do that. This past Sunday, we had an exciting moment where we held our first Sunday morning corporate worship service since we began this project. Now, we did that strategically in order to allow us to have a moment to begin practicing some of the elements of what worship might look like. Now, our goal is to launch this church on Easter Sunday morning 2027. It is now June of 2026. So I felt like we should really begin to think about establishing those rhythms of worship early on. And after working through the service last week and all the details of setup and teardown, facilitating and creating a liturgy and prayers and doing communion, having a meal, fellowshipping, parking cars, all of those things we were able to practice and walk through together. And we had great success in all of that and went away feeling confident that it was the best thing to do. So our experience is this. We really valued early on having this service. So we've decided we're going to do 3 more of these once a month throughout this summer so that we can continue to practice and learn and develop those strategies and develop those rhythms of worship that we believe will create the foundation of what will be our permanent launch on Easter Sunday of 2027. Our next step after this summer is to move to every Sunday house church worship and then begin to set our sights on the public launch. Along with that, we're going to move more closely towards identifying ourselves as an official launch team where we will begin to worship and then meet together, probably on Sunday nights or maybe a Saturday morning, where that time will be focused specifically on how we will cooperate together and lock arms together and partner together to move towards becoming an official church called Covenant Church St. Cloud. So we hope that these episodes have been helpful to you and that you're finding them encouraging, and that if you're in church planting, that you'll reach out to us, leave some comments to us. We'd love to know what's going on in your church plant project so we can learn from you and you can learn from us. We just want to share this content with you so that we can be brothers and sisters in this thing called ministry. If you want to know more about our ministry, you can reach us on our website at Covenant ST Cloud. That's covenantstcloud.com. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you there.
This has been Covenant Keepers. Thank you for joining us for this episode. Until next time, may you treasure Christ, trust His word, and live for the joy of the gospel.